it's a real skill in trying to take your time, read information from maybe more than one source, and try to come up with your own opinion, not just the opinion coming from that particular story.
Mến chào các bậc phụ huynh đã đến với Vườn Nhà Có Cây của Apollo English, nơi chúng ta sẽ cùng trò chuyện những vấn đề liên quan đến nuôi dạy con cái, những mầm xanh tương lai đang được ươm trồng tại khu vườn Apollo. Và trong tập phát sóng lần này, chúng ta sẽ gặp gỡ vị khách mời nước ngoài và sẽ cùng trò chuyện bằng tiếng Anh. Apollo sẽ để phụ đề ở bên dưới để các bậc phụ huynh và quý vị khán giả có thể dễ dàng theo dõi. Just every episode we have brought along a special plant to accompany today's theme. This plant is quite fascinating, it's deeply familiar, it's very Vietnamese, yet it's a powerful symbol of the spirit of interaction. Can you guess what it is? Let's keep the answer in mind. And I wonder whether our guest can guess exactly what plant is it. Let's wait until the end of the show to figure out. Mentioning about our guest, let me have a brief introduction. As an enthusiastic educator, our guest has been dedicated many years to fostering the spirit and love of learning in generation of students, especially Vietnamese students. And our guest is also a key figure in building the learning materials for Apollo system today. And don't let you wait any longer. Please send likes and loves to help us welcome Mr. Jack Kimber, Content Manager of Apollo English. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So how are you feeling right now?
Good. Yeah, I'm excited. This is my first talk show.
And I hope that we will have an interesting and open conversation today.
Sure we will.
So let's do a fist bump so that we can get the energy flowing. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Yay! Okay, today's theme is about global mindset. Yeah, into the global stage. As you can see that kids started learning English earlier and they gain more access to international education and parents began looking much further to their futures. Do you think that this term is shifting?
Yes, so I've been in Vietnam for 12 years. And since I've been here, global mindset has always been a trendy term. Hear that word, that phrase, you might think of learning English, understanding some different cultures, and being prepared to study abroad in the future, which is all true, and that's all great. I think the world, students are, our children are experiencing the world right now, every day, all of the time. It's not something that's just being prepared for the future. So children are encountering the world in the videos they watch, the platforms they use online, the people they talk to every day. Yeah, global mindset is now becoming not something just to prepare for the future. It's something that we have to make a foundational competency today to make sure that our children are equipped to, understand and navigate and question the world.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Everything changed significantly. And now before we deep dive into the global mindset, so let's play some game.
Sure.
We have prepared a little game. So are you up for a little challenge?
Always.
Okay, so here's how it works. I will read a short situation and give you some possible answers. And after only 5 seconds, you have to pick the best one and tell us why.
5 seconds, pick the answer.
Okay. Yeah. And dear our amazing audience watching right now, please don't just watch. Let's join with us. Listen carefully to the question and pick your own answer. And let's see that if your thoughts match with our guest. Okay. So let's jump into the first scenario. So a child doesn't cross their arms to read elders. They speak quite casually. Rarely makes eye contact during the conversation. So in your opinion, A, they are being disrespectful. B, they haven't been taught proper manners. C, they might come from a different cultural background. A, B, or C. 5, 3, 2,
I think it's going to be C.
C.
Yeah.
C is they might come from a different cultural background. Can you tell us why?
Being different is not because we learn how to do something in one place doesn't mean everyone everywhere does exactly the same thing. So I think it's always interesting to find that people have different, social customs and different reactions to things. So yeah, being different is not wrong.
Yeah, I think it too. If I have to answer, I also choose a C. Let's keep the momentum going.
Okay.
It's easy for the first one, right? Okay, and now we go to the second scenario. So your child sees someone online saying, not every country follows the same school system as Vietnam. And your child should A. Insist that Vietnam's way is the best. B. Ignore it because it doesn't matter. And C. Be curious and find out why things are different elsewhere. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think we both know the answer.
Yeah.
We see again. Yeah. Same answer as before, same reason. Things are different in different places. And it's always interesting to learn and find out how it's different, but then why it's different as well. So it's great when children can be curious about how we do things differently in different places.
Yeah, we hope that is a challenge for you, but we see that you passed the challenge with flying colors. And I think it's just a warm-up for us, right? Warm-up for us. And now we are leveling up. Okay, because I'm gonna to give you the next scenario, but with no multiple choices. I know a lot of parents hear the phrase global mindset and immediately think, okay, that means my child need to know a lot of geography or a lot of facts about the world. But if a parent came up to you and asked, hey, Mr. Jack, what is the global mindset actually? So what are the core things you want them to take home?
Sure. If someone came to me with that question, I would say global mindset is no longer just knowing a lot about the world and speaking English. It goes beyond that now. It's being able to navigate in a world with many different perspectives. It's being able to continue learning in a world that's changing all the time. I think it's a great sign that when your child is starting to think about situations and places and people far away from their own home and their own community, that's showing that they're understanding that the world is bigger than just their own little world, and they're a part of that. So when your child starts to ask about the environment or social issues or technology or things in far off places, that's a clear sign that they're starting to develop a global mindset. They understand that they are a part of a much bigger world.
Yeah, that's a good sign, right? And when our child have that behavioral situation, we're so proud of them, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And I believe that caring is the first step. But when the world is getting bigger, like the amount of information and different types of people they encounter also multiply, right? Which brings me to the next scenario. Yeah, and I want to share with you. Let's talk about how they process all of that. Imagine this. Your child reads something online that everyone is sharing, but instead of believing it instantly, they ask, is this reliable? Who posted this? Or in real life, they meet someone with a very different background or opinion, and instead of jumping to conclusion, they just observe. So as a parent, like I said, I will seriously proud about my child, but from an educational standpoint, how does this independent thinking really fit in the bigger picture of global mindset?
Yeah, this is a really big issue that is becoming more and more of a challenge for everyone to deal with. So children and adults, everyone, we don't lack for information now. We have way too much information bombarding us all the time. Some of it good, some of it bad, some of it true, some of it maybe not so true. So it's a real skill in trying to take your time, read information from maybe more than one source, and try to come up with your own opinion, not just the opinion coming from that particular story. And it's not easy, because when you see, like you said, people sharing the same thing everywhere, it's easy to get swept up in the crowd. But it takes real skill and a global mindset to pause and to really consider what is happening and why is this message being said to me in this way? So it's a challenge, but a skill that we all must.
Yeah. And I love the word pause. Yeah, because honestly, even adults struggle with pausing before reactions sometimes, right? We talk about how a global kid cares and how they think. But what happens if we put them in a completely new environment? Let's look at their actions of a global kid. So it's their first day in a new class. Instead of shrinking back or being shy, the child observes the room, understands the vibe, and proactively connects with people. Or at home, they suddenly become the rule enforcers, telling you, Mom, this bottle is recycled. Yeah, or let's turn up the water, Mom. We are wasting it. So what does this kind of behavior tell us about the child's internal world?
That's clear that, especially the situation you said at home, that children are becoming more conscious of their actions and their family and community's actions and the impact that they can have on the community and the world. So again, that's like we said before about understanding that you're part of a much bigger connected world. And that's a key element of having a global mindset.
That's a crucial sign, right? And a child with a global mindset, I believe that doesn't think about themselves, but they care and they begin to live for the common good. Yeah. And that is such a beautiful and powerful way that you share. And you completely conquer the next challenge. It's too easy, right? And thank you so much for helping us decoding those situations. And but listening to your analysis, helped me realize that the term global mindset is not simple like we just think. It's more deeper because it's about empathy about different backgrounds, different cultures, about critical thinking. You have to critical thinking about everything around you, and responsibility, right? And but out there, I feel that not everyone have the same. They have some very different definition. For example, a lot of people, myself included, sometimes think that, okay, if my kid speaks fluent in English, they automatically have a global mindset. Or if I send them to study abroad, they will have a global mindset. Yeah, and as someone working deeply in language education, I'm sure that you hear these myths all the time. So let's break down the reality here.
Okay.
So let's start with a misconception, number one. Okay, being fluent in English means you have a global mindset. What do you think? What is the reality here?
It's definitely important, but that's not the be-all and end-all. Being able to speak English fluently is great, and it allows you to communicate and connect with people and cultures and information. But you still need the critical thinking skills and empathy and sense of responsibility that we mentioned before. So it's one half of the puzzle.
So you mean that we can speak English fluently, but we still need to nurture a global mindset?
For sure.
Okay. And about the misconception too, traveling a lot or living abroad for years enough for you to have a global mindset?
This is the other half. So it's great exposure and experiences, and that allows you to see different cultures and different people. But if you're unable to communicate with them, then you're going to be limited in fully developing a global mindset. So it's really important that you have both. You need to be able to communicate, but you need to be able to think critically, be able to empathize. So you can't do one without the other.
Yeah. Okay. So where are you is less important than how you interact with the environment, right? And the misconception number 3 that I want to share with you is global mindset means giving up your national identity so that you can adapt to other countries. Okay. What do you think?
It's great to be curious about how they live, how they act, how they think, but it also helps you reflect on your own culture and how you act and live and think. And I think there's some beauty in being able to see the comparisons and the differences between yours and other cultures.
And for the next misconception number 4, I think it's harder because it said that only corporate leaders need a global mindset. Is it real?
No. Again, I think a global mindset is important for everyone. The world is, they say the world is getting smaller because we have much easier access to it. So it doesn't matter if you are, the head of a company, if you're a student, if you have an ordinary job. It's really important to be a global thinker in order to not experience any culture shock and be able to integrate with the world.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Jack. And dear our audience and our parents, we have described colorfully a picture of our child with a global mindset. They are a person who cares about the environment, the world around them, and they also pause. Yeah, they sometimes pause to think about the thing instead of judging it immediately. And they're also a person who want to adapt and who want to learn and curious about other cultures. Okay, but I think that the biggest question right now from our audience is, okay, I know that global mindset is, and I know it's critical today, but the biggest question is, how can parents can nurture a global mindset for their children? So I often joke that for the previous generations, the golden standard of a successful student was pretty simple. It's just like be obedient to the parents or their grandparents or their teachers, get high grade and study hard. But we are in 2026 and the world is changing so fast and so crazy, right? Is that traditional standard still enough to prepare them for the future, for the global state? How do you think?
I see. All of those things, good grades, being respectful, still incredibly important, and we should always, do that and aim for that. But I don't think it is enough these days. Our children, we need to prepare our children and encourage them to be brave and think differently, and to question things and be curious, and collaborating and communicating with others. All of those skills are just as important as getting good grades.
Yeah, we have to equip for them, like asking, collaboration, right? But for our child to feel safe enough to dare to ask or to think differently, doesn't that mean our parents need to do something like be different or step out of our comfort zones and be the model for them first?
For sure, yeah. We can't just ask our children to do it. We also have to adapt as well. We need to change our, as parents, we have to change our own mindset if we want our children to change their mindset as well. So everybody needs to be more curious about the world, more critical.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. If we want our child to have a global mindset, we have to be the first one, the first model, so that our child can copy us, right? How can we spot and nurture this mindset right here?
We can't just jump on a plane and take everyone somewhere new. There's plenty of things that we can do to help our children develop a global mindset. It's not so much as giving different activities or challenges or anything like that. It's more, I think we can go back to that word pause again. It's helping your children understand to just take a moment of time in different situations. So if they meet somebody new, it's important to not be judgmental, but to be curious about who they are and how they live. If your child is going to a new place, let them go there and just take time to observe before, being scared or withdrawing from themselves. If they encounter a different opinion, don't immediately react to it, but listen. Try to understand why, you might disagree with it, but try to understand why they have that opinion before you come back with a disagreement. So it's those kind of things. I think generally it's having your children just kind of self-regulate themselves. So giving them time to think before they act. I think that's the key message.
Yeah, that's a super practical tip for our parents. And I believe that when the parents can accompany their children in every step of them, like teach them every small thing about global mindset, it will really helpful for the children. Yeah. And I believe that because what helps a child integrate the world is not how far they travel, right? But how they view the world, how we help them to view the world, and how they view the world themselves. Yeah. And so it really comes down to the lens through which they view the world, and obviously to widen that lens, language is a massive tool. But I think that we can all agree that English today is way more than just a school subject. You have to study to pass the test. So, in your opinion, what is the key role of English in this journey?
I would say, yeah, you're absolutely right. English is not just another subject that we need to pass in the exam. English is now your like pathway to the world.
Yeah.
Whether that's to, actually traveling to meet people or to, understand new cultures, but it's also just a pathway to access all of the information that is available to us now. So it's much more important than just a subject.
Yeah, like we use English as a tool. So from the tool, we can open our perspectives on like the entire world.
Yes.
Yeah. It sounds like English acts more like a bridge than a textbook subject, but a bridge only works if you have a right attitude to it, right? What happens when you combine that language tool with the curiosity and respect for differences we just talked about? Yeah. When we combine like the language, the curiosity, and something else, what would happen? What would help the child?
English is that critical skill or a tool that we need. And if we can combine that with, a child's curiosity, their ability to think independently and critically, then that kind of, I guess, supercharges their global mindset. And that is exactly the kind of recipe you need for a global citizen today.
Yeah, I agree. That's a recipe to make your child become a superpower child. A global language paired with an open mindset, that's a powerful combination. And if I'm not mistaken, this isn't just theory. This is exactly the educational philosophy Apollo English has been pursuing since day one, isn't it?
That's exactly right. That's what we've been doing for the last 30 years. Every time our students come to Apollo, they get to experience, the real world. They're interacting with people from all over the world, learning different ways, different styles to communicate, learning about different teachers' cultures and communities. And it also allows them to kind of reflect on their own community as well. So it's a two-way thing, and it's really, really important.
Yeah, so they can experience the real world, and they can listen to different communication styles and also voices and accents, right?
Yes, exactly. And then from that, they'll learn that, being different is not wrong. And in fact, we should celebrate our differences, because that's what makes us special. So we love it.
Yeah, everyone is different, but you need to respect your national identity and just be yourself and be shy, but also respect and adapt to others. Wow, that's a beautiful and powerful message. And as a parent myself, I would love my child don't be shy, and they can make friends with everyone from different countries. And I believe that this is so helpful for them in the world that we change a lot, and in a world that we prioritize interaction. Yeah. So and from there they begin listen, accept, and connect, and get enough confidence to find their shared voice with the world.
Exactly.
Yeah, thank you so much. And dear audience and parents, throughout today's episode, we talk a lot about adaptability, interaction, and the courage to step out into the world, and the journey to ensure that our children aren't overwhelmed by the future. But there is still one series from the beginning of the show. Do you remember? What is the companion plant for today's episode? Let's see that our guest can guess it correctly or not. Okay, Mr. Jack, at the beginning of the talk show, I introduced about a special plant. Can you guess it? It's very Vietnamese. It's deeply familiar, but it's a powerful symbol of the spirit of interaction.
Okay, so a very Vietnamese plant.
Yeah.
Well, I know the lotus is very important, but I don't think it's quite what we're doing today.
Lotus is good, but not exactly.
No, we've been talking about being flexible,
today.
adaptable.
Adaptable.
I think I've got a good idea.
Here, this plant. What you call this plant? What is it?
Chair, is that right?
Chair in Vietnamese? Yeah, correctly. It's bamboo. And as we already, our series right here, right? I don't know that you notice it or not, but yeah, this is the tree that we bring here today because it resonates with our today's theme. So this is bamboo, and as you can see that bamboo is very special. It's flexible, but it's very hard to break it. Yeah, and bamboo know exactly how to lean with the wind. It can be so familiar in traditional bamboo thickets of Vietnamese villages, yet it also appeared as a plant in modern, luxurious, and international spaces. Yeah, we can decor a bamboo here. It looks so aesthetic, right? And perhaps that is the image of Vietnam today, still holding on to our roots with unique identity, but increasingly ready to step out, interact to the world, and be present in much larger arenas. Không biết là các bậc phụ huynh và quý vị khi mà chúng ta đang theo dõi thì mình có để ý là đã có cây tre ngay từ đầu ở khu vực setting này không ạ? Và chúng tôi hy vọng rằng với hình ảnh cây tre này thì nó sẽ liên quan mật thiết đến với chủ đề ngày hôm nay mà chúng ta đang bàn luận, đó chính là tư duy toàn cầu. Bởi vì như chúng ta đang thấy thì cây tre rất là dễ thích nghi đúng không ạ? Nhưng mà khó vẽ lắm ạ. Và đây cũng là một hình ảnh ẩn dụ rất là tuyệt vời cho tinh thần là thích nghi toàn cầu. Khi mà các bạn nhỏ sẽ thích ứng với nhiều nền văn hóa khác nhau nhưng mà vẫn giữ cho mình một màu sắc riêng rất đặc trưng của chính mình. Cây tre là một nét đẹp trong văn hóa truyền thống của Việt Nam, và ngày nay thì khi mà chúng ta đến với những địa điểm hội nhập quốc tế hay là những không gian sang trọng thì chúng ta cũng rất dễ dàng để bắt gặp hình ảnh cây tre được trang trí ở đó. Và chúng tôi hy vọng rằng quý vị sẽ nhớ đến hình ảnh cây tre thì chúng ta sẽ liên tưởng đến cụm từ là Global Mindset, tư duy toàn cầu, và đây sẽ là một điều rất là trân quý khi mà chúng ta có thể trang bị cho con em của mình ngay từ bây giờ ạ. So, Mr. Jack, to chop up something, what are the things you want to say to the audience and the parents watching today's episode?
Okay, if I was to sum it up succinctly, it would be in today's world, a global mindset isn't about having your child understand the world only. It's about helping them become capable enough to learn, thrive, and prove themselves in the world.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here and bringing such insightful ideas and sharing with us and the audience here too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Cảm ơn quý vị phụ huynh đã đồng hành cùng tập phát sóng lần này. Hy vọng rằng chúng tôi đã mang đến cho quý vị thật nhiều những thông tin hữu ích và thiết thực để chúng ta rèn luyện tư duy toàn cầu cho con em của mình. Và đừng quên theo dõi series Vườn Nhà Có Cây của Apollo English trên tất cả các nền tảng mạng xã hội. Đến đây, Ngọc Hân và thầy Jack sẽ được gửi lời chào và hẹn gặp lại trong các tập phát sóng tiếp theo.